Hello, ladies. Sorry for not showing my face on the camera, but as I announced, I had to leave my bridge at the dentist to fix the messed up veneer, so it's not exactly a side that I want to show on camera. And I'm not a very happy camper because all this time until Tuesday I have to eat only solid or mashed foods, and you can only have so much solid or mashed. Anyway, especially when you're trying to lose weight. I apologize for yesterday. It was one of YouTube's things. Remember how sometimes it changes the time of my live? Yesterday it decided to change the um, privacy of the video and switched it from unlisted to public. So anyway, today we are going to continue with the whole talavera-style canes into using them. So let me say hi. Hi Red Jordan, hi Kaur, hi Lane, hi Colleen, hi Karen, hi Ramona, hi Sharon, hi Skywalker, hi Karen, Ilyanka, and Matnats. And yeah, here it is, supposedly the last day of high heat. It's supposed to get up to 99 with probably 3 or 4 degrees added to that for the heat index, but it's supposed to go lower without heat advisory starting tomorrow, and our low temperatures at night will actually be in the low 70s. So yay, everybody's going nuts about the weather, and for good reason. So I'm going to show you several ways that you can do this kind of stuff, and I have obviously some mud clay here to use as a base. So let me now, when it comes to the mud clay, you might not want to do it very thick because especially if you want to put some backing on your pieces, and try to keep whatever colors you made for your talavera. Oh, look at that happy lady, 75 degrees. That is, we didn't even get at night that. At night we had 80s. So, and don't get me wrong, in Oklahoma it can get hot in summer, and we did have before more than a month in 100, but not so many days with like 104 and 106 and 108. Hi Wendy, hi Sandra, hi Allison. Thank you. Okay, so I said I was going to make more. I made one more talavera cane, so we're gonna use these. And you need to kind of try to get them all at the same size. I just noticed that one of mine seems to be a little bit bigger than the others. And this one too, bigger than the blue and white. And nevertheless, I'm going to make some micro caning as well. And as I said, it's a good idea to keep some of the colors you prepared for yours, because as you can see, if here I used more clear colors, in this one I did change them to more earthly colors. So hi Francis. So let me grab this and get it a little bit thinner because it's on the thicker setting. So I went on a 4 on a makings. So I'm going to place them directly on here. And for some reason I didn't grab my earrings. And I am waiting for one of you ladies told me about this shedder for Finnegan and actually sent me a gift card for Chewy, so I went ahead and I ordered it, and I am so looking forward to using it, because my latest thing is that I bought a wool carding brush for my carpets, because I'm getting, if I don't vacuum at least every 3 days, my carpets are covered in white fuzz. And when I vacuum, I have to stop after each room to clean the brush, because Finnegan's hairs are this like 4, 5, or 6 inches long. So I can't wait to see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting some slices, and remember, you can get this in a package together with this one. This one is perfect for shaving. This one is perfect for cutting thin slices, and you can get it at PolyClay. Don't forget to use my affiliate link for under $5, and they are the best blades to cut this kind of stuff. Let me get some. Always wipe the blade with Armor All whenever you need to cut or shave or whatever. So and this one I made it too thin. It's a little hard for me to cut without looking from above. I usually look from above to make sure that I did my proper width. I don't know, it looked fine on mine. I did turn the volume a little bit down because it kept coming in the red. But I can tell you something, YouTube messes up the volume on videos a lot. It would be good if at least it could get to keep it. But it does that, and sometimes I would get low volume on a video, and then if I reload the page, the volume is normal. And actually that happened also with Amazon Prime. I was watching a documentary about eels. I love documentaries, especially when they're about the cosmos and about animals. All right, so what I'm going to do is to start placing these. And need to try to keep it. Now remember, to get the perfect surface, use sand, obviously. And when you try to do so, this one is still a little bit too large. I have to get it fixed. This doesn't work. Just a second. Don't want to grab the square pairs because I don't have room for them right now. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, that's better. And because I'm going to use these, I need only here and then something on the bottom. So now my next thing will be a little bit of burnishing. And then it depends to you if you want to keep it completely together like that, but I personally like to do a little bit of actual tile effect. And what I do is I do make the tile groove a little. And then after it's baked, I might even put just a very thin white strip. Of course, after I sand it. And you can do this with a squeegee, or you can do this with a gift card or old credit card, debit card. Entirely what you have on hand. Okay, now let's just grab the two cutters and try to keep, so I need here and even in this corner here. So I will check here if you want, but there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's not me. And I guess you can hear me just fine because my levels look fine. I can turn the level up if necessary. actually to the max. Oh, let me go in the microphone properties. There you go. Maybe even louder. There. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Adelaide. I do add very thin strip of white after they are baked. Okay, what are we talking about? In what in pictures? Hi, Mona. Maine Coon. Well, Connor is part Maine Coon, but he doesn't have as much hair as Finnegan has. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't give up Finnegan for anything, but it's very hard to maintain. And I did get that. That wool carding brush does wonders, but still I need to be either on all four or bending down real low to clean the carpet by hand. Alrighty. So now I can place them again. Oh, I still need a little square, a little corner. Like here and here. And there we go. You can also use simply your blade with a dull side and just do this. It's going to still do that groove like thing. So make sure that you have the height identical. I mean, as the cutters sit on the tiles, make sure that they sit on the same lines. Yeah, when I remodeled my house back in 2016, I just didn't have the money for tile, so I had to go with the best carpet I could afford. It would have been easier to use even vinyl tiles, but again, it was a matter of cost. Tile is more expensive than carpet. Oh, I am gathering, not the one on the carpet, the one when I'm brushing. I'm gathering Finnegan's here because I want to do some felting with it. And I might get, and I am a spinner. I do have I brought with me spinning tool from Romania, and I know how to spin, and I know how to weave too. Okay, so this is what we would get. This would be one, and of course you can make them identical if you want, but I personally think that they look neater if you do go like this. Now let's go for another one. Oops, of course I dropped stuff. Of course I dropped stuff. I hate it. And one of the things that really worries me is that I think I'm gonna have to go to the doctor again, because I'm starting to have again issues with my shoulder, as in it feels like it's freezing again, my right shoulder this time. Alright, now for the next one I'm going to do a little bit of micro caning. So I'm going to grab the square pairs, and I'm not gonna do all of it, the whole canes of course. I'm going to use just a little bit. Okay. And you can see how pretty it would look if you cover a jewelry box. Well, Adelaide, when I was in my youth, I liked to learn pretty much everything, and in college I backpacked through the Romanian mountains a lot for two reasons. I was going through the monasteries, the old monasteries of the region, to consult on some documents in ancient Slavonic and ancient Romanian. And as I was going, I was a student obviously, and it was all those boondocks and hamlets and all that. Well, Francis, the good thing is that those steroid shots that they do in the shoulder worked perfect. I mean, that the day of the shot it hurts a little bit more than it did before, but the second day and after it doesn't hurt at all anymore. So yeah, as I was saying, I was stopping in various villages and asking for bed, and I was paying by doing all kinds of stuff, helping around the house, and that's how I learned how to do pretty much everything, because obviously being a city girl, there was a lot of stuff I had no idea how to do, so they taught me how to do it. I learned it very fast, and that helped me. So that's when I learned how to card wool, how to spin wool, how to weave, and the old type looms. What else? How to milk a cow or a sheep or a goat, how to make butter, how to make cheese, various kinds of cheese, how to do yard work, and yes, I even mocked stables and pig pens, but I learned so much. And I was also collecting folklore and ancient myths and legends because I needed it for some papers I was writing on. So yeah, I learned how to do all kinds of stuff. And then whenever we had uh, all kinds of craftsmen and tradespeople over to fix stuff, I kept being in their feet, watching what they were doing, so I learned how to fix a wall, how to paint, how to grout, how to you name it, set tile. There's a lot of stuff that needs fixing in the house. I know how to do it myself. On a lot of it I cannot do it myself anymore because my hands aren't helping much. The only thing that I'm not very good at, because I'm a little bit scared honestly, is electrical stuff. I mean, I leave that to electricians. But yeah, I can make a, you know, basic lamp from parts and a lot of other stuff. I understand all the principles because at one point I wanted to go to the nuclear physics college. Oh, please, you know, with the staples and the pig pens, it's just the smell. And if you're munching on mint, fresh mint, it ain't gonna bother you too much. And when you're interacting with calves and foals and piglets, you know, piglets stink, but they are still cute. And kids, they will play with you and poop in your lap with no problems. So yeah, I even learned how to tan hides and work with some leather. So it was fascinating. I usually in summer I would take a month, because we have in Romania at the time the summer school break was very long. The school would end on the June 15th and start again on September 15th. So we had 3 months. And I would usually take a month for this kind of stuff, and then a month to fool around and have fun. And of the month of fooling around, I would usually go to the seaside, and I would go twice. I would go once in the fancy resorts and once in the poor college students resorts where we would camp and stuff. Yeah, that is very true. There's a lot of flies. Okay, so I guess I have them all good. So let's prepare a second base. Alrighty. Oh, I had lost my paper towel. Yeah, and I'm expecting to have some pain next week because the cooling off weather comes with rains, and even if it's only like a 40% chance, that still means that the storms will be in the neighborhood. And that still means it's gonna hurt, you know? So Always, if you're new to this, always flip your cane 90 degrees when you cut, when it's a rectangular one. Otherwise it would keep squishing. Hi Mary. So more. Calculate about how small this is. This is a little bit smaller than 1/4 of the regular cane. So I'm gonna need 4 slices for each of the slices I cut and the other one, and the bigger version. So 1 slice. I'm gonna go with 3 slices for now. 2 slices. The equivalent of, I'm counting the equivalent of a large slice. I wish, this is one of the things that I'm sorry I didn't do in my life, is going to Ireland, visiting Ireland. I was always fascinated by it. Yeah, I call this micro caning, and I had throughout the years I've been making and selling some beads with micro caning. Okay, 2, 4. Okay, so let's do this for now. What I'm going to start with is a slice of blue. So let me get this, because see, this is much thicker than my cane slices. So this should be good. Yeah, and with this pandemic going on, I don't think there's still time. Don't you see the mess that is with the flying and everything? So I'm grabbing, let me see, I'm grabbing some blue. That is of the blue that I used in here, and I'm going to place it right in the middle. And then I'm going to grab some black on the same thickness. Hey, of course it doesn't cut if you go out with a dull blade, dull side of the blade. Okay, so I'm going to place some black here, making sure that it's well against the blue. And I'm going to start arranging cane slices. Oh, I'm going to need half of this here, and then half of this on the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go on the other side, symmetrical this time. So it's not only the pandemic, but don't you see what's happening all over the world with flights being cancelled? And if something like that happens, what the heck am I going to do? Okay, now to show you a little trick, grab a rigid blade with a dull side. And by the way, this is much easier done on a baked backing. And kind of bring this all together so it would be more even. And you can do the middle in any other color if you want, but I personally find it a little bit better looking if it looks like one of the colors used in the canes. And use the same order so you'd get also a diagonal thing, a diagonal pattern. There we go, and the same I do have that respirator mask. Remember that I got at the very beginning of the pandemic. I kept wearing until I got the vaccine. It was even more, that respirator is even more efficient than an N95 because it's a respirator, duh. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day. I was all about all this, you know, pandemic and what the pandemic did to the obesity levels and, you know, to getting all kinds of issues that are pretty much due to lack of activity and stuff. And I was talking to her, and we started thinking, actually, no matter how much they might not agree, but all this new technology also, so I'm going from, let me get the other one, I'm going from here to here. It's also due to this whole obesity thing also is due to the technology, the advances in technology. And why is that? I mean, think about this. When we were young, what was our main fun over the weekend? It was dancing, right? Well, dancing is a lot of physical effort. Oops, I put the wrong one. And a lot of physical activity and a lot of exercise and all that, which now doesn't exist anymore. And we were doing a lot more walking. No, I'm not talking about childhood. I'm talking about teenagehood and youth, if you want. So from here to here. So it's kind of like, no wonder. I mean, if we wanted, that's what a party was about. People getting together and dancing and drinking. Maybe I'm wrong and this is not how it was in the US, but I know this is how it was in Europe. I mean, that's why we had discos. Yeah, bicycle. And we didn't, I mean, in my generation, we didn't have scooters, yes, but we had rollerblades. Not, they weren't even rollerblades, they were those boots with 4 wheels. So it was a lot of physical exercise too when going out to have fun when we were younger. Why did I cut so many? I have no idea. Probably because I might need some more. Let's see. Yeah, I need one here and one here, and that's going to be one blue and one blue. Okay, now on this one, and by the way, you can do this also with shapes cut in and filled after you bake them. Yeah. Yeah, I got me roller skates after I came to the US. And then guess what? There was nowhere I could go skate because there were no walkways and the roads were abysmal. So now you can see what I'm talking about. It's new technology. I do have my thing when I'm doing housework. I try to do it while dancing as much as possible. And it was, I remember in my youth, it felt like a disaster if there was a Saturday without going out dancing. I mean, that was inconceivable. It felt like a complete disaster. And we would go out to the lakes and swimming also and doing all kinds of stuff. And in winter we'd go skiing and skating. Yeah, see, in Europe there's a lot of pretty much there are walkways, sidewalks, kind of everywhere. And this, as I said, you can do it with other colors. You can do it with a metallic. You can do it with a glitter. Entirely up to you what you choose. And you don't have to do this, the groove. You can just flatten the whole thing, burnish it. Alrighty, so let's cut. Making sure I have it. Alrighty. Oh yeah, except during the day, except on Sundays when, I don't know about yours, but my dad's Sunday afternoon nap was sacrosanct. Had to be respected faithfully. Nobody was allowed to wake him up unless there was a soccer game. That was the only permissible. Yeah, I didn't do a covering jewelry box because everybody has that. I mean, everybody pretty much knows how to cover a jewelry box. But there we go. And again, don't bother much fixing this when it's still raw because it's much easier to fix once you bake it and you can sand it. So you can see how you can do all kinds of things with, and you can actually make a row of larger ones. As long as you make the small ones a quarter of the larger ones, you can make a row of larger ones, and then the second row of smaller ones. So you can see how this is. They are not symmetrical, but they have the same patterns, and these ones are symmetrical with the colors going all the same way. That's okay. So I hope you liked it. I will look at the where we are in the poll on my channel. If you don't remember, let me show you. If you don't remember, in the community tab, there's a poll here, and I keep looking at it. I'm not going to put another poll up until September, so for what's left of August, I'm still going to go by this. So if you didn't vote yet, make sure that you vote, because right now I did flowers. So right now, by the what it shows there, I'm going to show next time some quick and easy jewelry making, and I'll try to have something already done, and then so I can show you how to finish them as well. But yeah, and look for well, make both, why not? So yeah, and you can do with micro canes some things that I noticed work very pretty. That's YouTube. It's YouTube on the channel. You can make a stripe cane and make it fairly thin, and put stripe cane in between. Even if it doesn't matter if you put it vertically or if you put it with the stripes going horizontally. That makes a really neat thing. If you're not very good at doing stripe canes, what you do is you have a already baked backing, so that when you go in, let's say that this is the mirror is my backing, okay, that's already baked. So I only have to put bake and bond. So place your one color, and then go ahead and do this, and then gently, let me try and find something that I can use, and then go ahead and remove bake it, and then place the other color after it's baked. If you look in any of my tutorials showing clay inlay, it shows you how to work on clay over raw clay over baked clay inlays, and it works great. So I hope you like these and you will try them. And of course you can use any other kinds of canes to do this, but I personally find that the talavera-style canes give a different look, it makes them look, it kind of shouts homemade, vintage something, and of course you can put these on bracelets as well. And by the way, for the next, because I've been postponing the next distache until it gets a little bit cooler, because I'm not comfortable sending canes in this heat. But I'm also making, for those distashes, as I have a whole bunch of mud clay, I am making blanks for bangles, you know, the domed ones, and some other blanks that you can use with my own designs of shapes and stuff. So I sure hope you will like them. Okay, so I will see you next Sunday. And if nothing changes in the polls on the community tab, it's going to be some quick and easy jewelry. Okay, thank you so much and have a great, great, great week. Bye.